Okay, so if you have a bolster, you can grab a bolster. If you don't, it's no big deal, but we'll just get right into maybe those shoulders today and the chest to start. So maybe reclining back. If you don't have your bolster, just come onto the floor and bring your arms into cactus. And then if you have a bolster, just come onto the bolster with the back of the head on the bolster and come into cactus arms or kind of W arm. Arms out like a T. And again, if you don't have the bolster, then just come onto the floor. The arms like a cactus. And that's how we'll connect to our breath this morning, is on our backs with our cactus arms. You can have your feet on the floor, knees to the sky if you want. Just breathing in and out a few rounds. Allowing ourselves to drop into this space together. And as we drop into this space, it's inviting loving kindness into our practice today. Loving kindness for all of our parts. Loving kindness for the parts that might feel low energy today. Loving kindness for those parts that have gotten us out of bed and gotten us logged into our yoga or to our meetings, or prepared coffee or tea or breakfast. Loving kindness for the parts of us that are able to pack for a trip, plan our route to the airport, planning all the logistics involved in travel, thinking all of our parts. And then let out an exhale. Allowing ourselves to gently calm from the inside out. Relaxing the glutes and the soles of the feet. Maybe softening the chest, even though it might be slightly lifted on a bolster, or even if we're on the floor, it might feel a little lifted. Softening the back body so the front body just kind of drops. And maybe you feel the back body a little more rested on the floor than it was a moment ago. Now let's relax those arms, bring the palms face down at the side of the body. And maybe if your feet were on the floor and knees to the sky, bring the soles of the feet together. If you're on that bolster, just feel those arms and that different arrangement, feeling the heart, the back body, and then gently soften even more. Breathing in and out. Now let's draw the breath in together. And exhale, sigh. And now bring those legs long. And whichever side makes sense for you to roll over onto, bring that bottom arm out to the side and roll over, coming to the side body before you press up to seated. There's no rush. Stop, okay. And then together in our seated position, let's just roll the shoulders back, relax the elbows. Exhale out the mouth, maybe close the eyes, letting the eyelashes rest. Relaxing what we're able to relax in the physical body and still remain upright, seated. With your awareness on your heart space, let's chant Om one time together to usher in the movement portion of our practice. So we'll draw the breath in. A nice exhale. And now inhale for Om. Om. And if you'd like, gently opening the eyes, maybe blinking them open softly. And let's either bring the hands kind of behind us, behind the hips, or interlace the hands behind the back. And let's just roll the neck side to side, kind of half circles along the top of the chest. And by bringing those hands behind us, we just kind of open up the portion, the front of the shoulders and the side of the chest muscle. Just moving that head, gentle sway side to side. And then as you're ready, maybe bringing the chin to the middle and then lifting that chin up if you have it tucked slightly. And let's bring our hands to the knees, palms are down. And then drop the head back. I'm just going to move that head side to side along the back body, as if you're bringing kind of the earlobe towards the shoulder. Kind of a steady rock. And now bringing the head to the middle of the back. Bring the head neutral so ears are over shoulders again. Now bring those palms up towards the sky. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Let's bring the palms out to the side as if we had like a tray on the palms. And then let's bring the chin down and bring the chin up. And now bring that chin neutral and think about pulling the elbows into the side body. So it's active as we pull the elbows in. So when you do that, maybe you notice the biceps and the shoulders engaged. So bring those elbows in and then bring that chin down and pause. And bring the head up, the chin up. And pause. And then drop that chin with control. The arms are active. Tilting the chin up, dropping the head back. And then last time, bring that chin to the chest. And then bring that chin to the sky. And now bring the chin neutral. Pause. And then relax the hands. So relax the arms so they're no longer pulling towards the side body. And just feel that soft arm. Put the palms to the ground. And then spider crawl those fingers towards the side of the mat. Maybe they start to hover. So you're just kind of reaching as if you were reaching the fingertips out to the side. And then we'll bring the head into some neck rolls. Full circles maybe. Maybe you hear some Rice Krispies going on. Just moving with the breath. Breathing with the movement. And then we'll gently bring that head to rest, neutral, bringing the chin up, the eyes forward as you're ready. And then bring those arms overhead and then just sweep them down. Kind of washing out the breath and the movement in those Rice Krispies. And exhale down and up. And maybe as you bring the palms down and up, it's as if you're moving through water. A little resistance. And then next time those hands come down to the floor, let's swap the foot that's in front. Kind of giving a different arrangement to the hips. Those hip flexors. And if this is ever uncomfortable, you guys can sit on a blanket or you can sit on a pillow and elevate those hips. Just always remember that if I don't mention it. Now let's bring our arms up and into cactus. Whew, yep. Now we're gonna bring in some little twists, but here we're gonna pinch those shoulder blades together, feel it opening across the chest, and this is active as well. So even if you just wanna hold still here, that's an active movement, an active shape. But let's exhale to twist towards one side. It doesn't have to be a ginormous twist. And then we'll twist towards the other side. Kind of keeping those shoulder blades active, but not straining. And then back to another side. Over to where you started, to the right or to the left, back to the other side one more time. And now bring the heart and the shoulders to the middle. Nice, you guys. And then bring those hands in front of the heart or the chin. Hands to prayer. Now press the elbows, wrists, palms together, pausing. And now let's just lift those elbows up, tuck the chin. And then bring those elbows down and lift the chin up. And then elbows lift, chin lower. And then elbows lower, chin lifts. Now bring those elbows up slightly, the chin comes to neutral. And now separate those arms out wide, maybe shake up the wrists, maybe move those wrists around. And then as you're ready, let's come to downward facing dog. So whatever movements along the way, maybe bringing arms behind the back, or a little shimmy, or maybe a cat-cow or two. But in your own time, maybe removing socks or moving blankets. I'm kind of moving my blanket around as usual. Oh, making our way there, breathing in a few breaths. No rush to get there. You take a layover in your cat cow. Oh. All right, ladies, let's find our downward facing dog with feet to the floor, hips to the sky, palms grounding. And then imagine the chin towards the chest and the gaze kind of towards the navel. Yeah, good. And then maybe bend those knees a lot or a little bit, and then straighten the legs. Keep the hands planted, bend the knees, and then straighten the legs. Two more just like that, bending the knees, and then we'll straighten. And then exhale to bend those knees, pausing this time with those knees to hover, and then straighten those legs. Adho Mukha Svanasana, breathing in and out. Let's pause together. Exhale, let the breath go. Now one more breath in. And then on an exhale, let's just walk our feet to the front of the mat. Exhaling along the way, inhaling along the way, and a big exhale at the top in your fold. And then let's bend the knees, and then we'll slowly come to stand. And exhale. Good. And now in this upright standing shape, feeling that loving kindness, remembering that that is the undercurrent and that that's guiding our practice. Breathing in and out, and in and out. And now inhale, sweep those arms up to sky. With those arms overhead, separate those feet, maybe pointing the toes out and bend them slightly, and bring the hands in front of the chest and we'll fold forward, Uttanasana, with the feet wide. Our standing forward fold, feet are wide, and then bend the knees and let's slowly roll up. And then exhale, hands come in front of the heart, bend the knees slightly, folding forward, Uttanasana with the feet wide and those toes turned outward if that feels okay. And then bend the knees, inhale to rise up. And then exhale, hands come in front of the heart. Now let's pivot so both feet kind of face the front of the mat, and we'll step one foot back and then pivot both feet towards the long edge. So now we have our wide-legged mountain pose, our extended mountain pose. Bring those arms out, Utthita Tadasana. And we're just going to flow side to side. So maybe bend that right knee, just kind of lean over to the right, and then exhale, come to the middle, and then exhale to drop over to the left. Yeah, inhale through the middle, Exhale to the right, bending the knee, and just go ahead and do that at your own pace. Remembering, I choose a pace of grace. And bring it back through the middle, pausing at the top in your Uttanasana. And now point those toes outward. And our asana of the week is that wide-legged forward fold. So let's come into a wide-legged forward fold. And sometimes the toes just face straight towards the long edge. We're going to turn them out towards the edges of the mat just a little bit first. Bring yourselves into a nice gentle bend in the knees. Maybe bring hands towards the hips. And then tilt those sits bones back and drop the heart, and then bring the crown of the head forward. And you might feel this a little bit more in the calf muscles with those toes pointed outward. You can drop the hands or bring the hands towards the shins. And pause in your wide-legged forward fold. Breathing in and out. And now let's lift the heart and the chest, pressing the feet into the floor to lift, engaging kind of those hamstrings as you bring your heart up, shoulders up, and pause at the top. Yes. Let the breath go, and then bring those toes to face the long edge. So now, and rather than the toes pointing outward, they're pointing forward. And we're going to come into our wide-legged forward fold. Exhale. Sits bones back, heart dropping forward, and the crown of the head coming parallel with the floor maybe. As you kind of peek between the legs behind you, the hands can be on the ankles or the hips. Or maybe if you want to open up the chest, bring the hands towards the sky, interlocked. Clasping the hands together, you can grab wrists or opposite elbows even to offer that opening across the chest. And let the breath go. Now breathe in. Gently, if the hands are behind the back, gently lower them to the low back, and then bring them to the thighs or to the ankles. Bend the knees slightly, hands can come to the floor, and let's rise up nice and slow. We've been inverted. Bring the arms up overhead, baby. And then bring the hands in front of the heart. And then we'll pause here in our standing. Now let's pivot our feet towards the front of the mat and then step one foot forward for our mountain pose, bringing those feet together. In our mountain pose, our feet are kind of close and our energy is more concentrated towards center, right? Let's breathe in. And then step one foot back, and we're going to come into extended mountain pose again with the arms out to the side. And here we have our energy kind of in 4 different directions: the feet, the arms, and even the heads, maybe 5 or maybe more than 5. And we'll see if we can find our center here. This is a great analogy for travel. We're keeping our ears open for the announcement. We make sure we have our hand luggage, our boarding pass, our passport, our negative COVID test. And we kind of have a lot of things going on, but we can still keep our center, right? So let's bring ourselves into mountain pose, just facing the long edge still, finding mountain pose, Tadasana. We have everything we need. We're organized, we're prepared. Let's inhale, step it wide. Exhale. And then inhale, come to mountain pose, stepping the foot together. Exhale, step it wide to extended mountain pose. Finding that center. Bringing our hands to our hips. Bend the knees slightly. Let's exhale, forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Prasarita Uttanasana. Dropping the head. Now the hands come under the heart this time. Let's walk the hands over towards that right foot. Maybe we add that slight bend to the knee. When we were standing, it was kind of like our side lunge, but we're going to add that to our wide-legged forward fold. The hands can come towards that right big toe or the right foot. And maybe feel this in the back of the leg. Then let's exhale, slowly straighten the right leg as we bend into the left knee, coming towards the left side of the mat. We'll pause. Inhale. Exhale to slightly straighten that left leg. Bring the hands under the heart. Now bend the knees slightly. Let's come up slowly into our extended mountain pose. Really good. Inhale. Exhale, bring hands towards those hips. Finding that center. And now we'll pivot towards the front of the mat. So my left foot is in front, but if your right foot is in front, that's okay. We're going to lower that back leg, knee down. Top of that back foot comes to the floor. The front leg is bent. And then we'll inhale, bring arms up overhead. And then exhale to bring those hands to the floor, framing the foot. And either bring that right or that hand that's on the inside of the foot to a block or the floor, and bring that other arm to the sky. So if you've got your left leg bent, your left arm to sky, so you're twisting the heart towards the knee, opening up towards the side of the body and the side of the mat. And then we'll exhale to bring that hand down. And now with that heart hovering over the thigh, let's keep the eyes towards that big toe. And then we'll inhale to bring that right arm forward. So whichever knee is back, bring that arm forward. So my right leg is back, so my right arm comes forward. And now get your stability, get your control, and then bring that left arm forward as if you had a beach ball between the palms. And now let's inhale, using that strong core to bring our chest up, shoulders over the hips, breathing in. Now exhale, bring those arms into cactus, and then pinch the shoulder blades together. Pausing here. And then exhale to bring those hands down, fingertips point towards the floor, and then maybe you just reach those hands towards that right heel, that back heel. You can bring the hands together and clasp, and kind of maybe add a back bend, dropping that hip forward, the knee forward, and bringing the crown of the head back if you want, or just reach the hands towards the foot, okay? Exhale. Now slowly release the hands towards the back of the body, and then let go of that clasp with arms up overhead. And then exhale to ground the hands, bring the foot, move the block out of the way if you had it there. Bring the left knee back, or that front knee back, and sway those hips side to side. Nice gentle movement. And then roll the toes under, and let's find our downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. We're going to be here 5 breaths. If you want to bring that back leg up, bend the knee and stack the hips, you can. So my right leg was back in the lunge. I'm going to bring my right hip to stack over the left. And you can close the hip and you can open it back up. Maybe adding this movement if you want, or just finding your static downward facing dog. One more breath here. And then we'll exhale to look up at the hands. And then bring that right foot forward, lower the left knee. So we're going to come into that low lunge variation on the other side. So if you had your right knee forward last time, bring the left knee forward. Whichever one is facing the front of the mat from last time. And then we'll rise up, bringing the shoulders over the hips. Find your center, find that grounding point. Yes, and then bring those arms into cactus. Inhale. Let's exhale to pinch those shoulder blades together, pausing here. Breathing in and out. And then exhale, let's kind of relax those shoulders, frame the foot with the hands, and then bring your heart to open towards that knee with that arm up to the sky, the other hand grounds. Breathing in and out. Find the breath, come and go. And then we'll exhale to bring that top arm down. So now the foot is framed. Pause here. And then as you're ready, whichever leg is back, bring that arm forward. The gaze is towards the top of the foot or that big toe. And then as you're ready, when you find that balance, then you can bring that other arm forward as if you had that beach ball in front of the body, the front of the mat. That foot that's in front grounds, nice strong leg. And then we'll inhale to bring that beach ball up. And then we'll exhale to bring it back down, heart over the thigh. A little bit different on the side. Inhale to come up. Exhale to hinge the heart over the thigh. Breathe in. And now exhale, frame the foot. Let's bring that right knee back or that front knee back. Sway the hips side to side. And then come into your downward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Exhale. If you want to bend that opposite leg this time, mine would be the left. Bend the knee and stack the hip if you can. Or just be static and ground in that downward facing dog. Moving with loving kindness towards your body, towards your mind, and towards your spirit. One more breath here in Adho Mukha. Bring that foot back to the ground if you have it lifted. And now let's look up with the hands and walk the hands forward to the front of the mat with control and with awareness. And when you get to the top of that mat, bring those hands behind the back. Maybe bring the hands to interlace and bring the fingers and the hands towards the sky. If you want, you don't have to, you can keep those hands down. But if you want that kind of chest, shoulder opener, bring those hands to the sky. Let the head be heavy. Maybe, nod the head or shake the head or move it around. With control. And now let's gently lower that hand clasp towards the low back. And then let go of the clasp. Let the hands kind of slide towards the thighs. We'll exhale to bring those feet apart. And then as you're ready, slowly with control, drop the hips, lift the chest, come into your malasana, knowing that, that might look kind of like a higher squat for some. And for today, there might be those hips dropped. And there's no right or wrong way. Did you ever notice, you guys, that in Shavasana, people are completely okay using bolsters and pillows and blankets and props, and they don't care what Shavasana looks like, but sometimes people get fixated on what a warrior two or what a malasana should look like? I don't know if you notice or if you've done that, but we can allow ourselves to let these shapes look like what we need, just like we allow our Shavasana to be what it is, right? One more breath together. And then we'll slowly rise up to our mountain pose. Bringing those heels and the feet underneath the hips again. Palms towards the thighs, shoulders back. Feel into your center. And we'll inhale to bring arms overhead. With control, let's step the right foot back together so we can pivot the feet towards the long edge or that left. Arms out, Uttanasana Tadasana. Dropping in here to our center in our extended mountain pose. Now offer that slight bend in the knees again, and then bring that left hand towards that right knee or the right shin or that right foot, reaching that right arm to sky. Maybe you bring that right hand towards the base of the spine and the low back, and maybe you guide that right shoulder up, or you can just keep the arm up. With control, let's inhale to our extended mountain pose. And exhale, release the breath at the top. Inhale. Exhale to slightly bend those knees and bring that right hand towards the left shin or the left foot. Just somewhere along that left leg. Left arm to sky, or bring that left hand towards the low back. And breathe. As you're ready, we'll bring that left arm to sky, hands on the back, and then we'll inhale up to our extended mountain pose. And exhale to drop in to that shape at the top. Breathe in. And then exhale, let's bring those hands to the heart. Nice job, breathing in and out. Now pivot both feet towards the front of the mat. And then exhale to step into your mountain pose. Breathe in and out. Let's inhale to bring arms overhead and exhale to let ourselves cascade into our forward fold. We'll inhale to step the feet back to come into our tabletop. And then from this table, let's bring that left hand under the heart center. Bring the right arm out to the side and bring that right hand behind the head for our kind of thoracic mobility as we bring the elbow towards the top of that left hand. So we exhale to close that elbow towards the top of the left hand. We inhale to open the heart towards the right. And then exhale that elbow towards the top of the left hand. And we'll inhale to open. Exhale, elbow to the top of the left hand. And one last time, open up to the sky. And then exhale to bring that right hand under the shoulder, the left hand under the left shoulder. Let's sit back in child's pose. Walking the hands forward if you want, or bringing the arms behind you. And we'll pause and let the breath go. Exhale to come to table. And then from this exhale, just drop the belly with the heart for a cow. And then exhale to round. Drop the belly with the heart for cow. Exhale to round. And now find that neutral spine. Bring the right hand underneath the heart, the left hand out, and then the left hand behind the head for that thoracic clamshell. We'll exhale to bring that left elbow towards the top of the hand. Inhale to open up the chest towards the left arm, elbow to sky. Exhale, close. Inhale to open. And then exhale, left hand closes, or left elbow closes on top of the hand. Inhale to open that elbow up. And then exhale, bring that left hand underneath the shoulder, right hand underneath the right shoulder. And then let's walk the knees back or walk the hands forward, coming into puppy this time. Dropping the heart towards the earth, the hips over the knees. And allow the heart to drop into the earth, the back body into the front body. And pause. Breathing in and out. Maybe bringing the pinky edge of the hand to the floor and then dropping into your puppy and maybe feeling the stretch across the armpits, the back of the arm, maybe even into the back a little bit, just by changing the position of the hands and the shape. One more breath together in our puppy pose. And now exhale to kind of lower the elbows, the forearms if you're not there already. Slide those legs back and maybe slither onto the back body. Pausing on the front body if you want for a little bit of belly breath into the floor. Maybe bringing the blanket back to the mat or socks back to the feet, a cardigan, a sweater, and find your back. As we prepare for Shavasana. Let the breath go. And let's bring our feet mat distance apart. Let those knees drop in towards each other for a breath. Then on an exhale, let's drop those knees over to the right side of the mat. So that left knee might be kind of near that right foot. The right knee is off the mat. And we'll pause here, maybe breathing into any tension in the hips or the hip flexors. Relaxing our feet. And now let's exhale to bring the feet to the floor, knees back towards kind of the middle of the sky, and then drop our knees over to the left. Maybe just imagining the benefits of all of these movements for the physical body, the increased circulation, our lymphatic system moving and flowing. The heart rate increasing and decreasing. And then, as we know, we have beautiful self-awareness that we drop into more and more with each breath. Let's bring the knees towards the middle again. And now you can come into your expression of Shavasana. Maybe you want to have those feet together in reclined butterfly. Maybe you want the calves on a bolster, the legs up the wall. Maybe curling the toes and making fists with the hands, creating some tension intentionally, breathing in, and then exhale, let go of the tension in the feet and the hands. We can do that again, curling the toes, clenching the fists, maybe even tightening up the face and making a weird funny face, breathing in, and on our exhale, release the funny face, the palms, the hands, the fingers, toes, the feet, and relax and soften. And then as we drop into a relaxed breath, maybe counting down from 5, getting more relaxed. And 4, releasing tension. 3, allowing our center to be our body. 2, softening the gaze and the cheeks. And 1, just resting on the earth. And exhale. If your mind wanders, just bring it back to the breath, the rise and fall. And noticing your breath, just saying to yourself, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I choose a pace of grace. May I have clarity. May I be loved. Now thinking of someone that you hold dear in your heart. Visualize that person and say to that person, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you choose a pace of grace. May you have clarity. May you be loved. And now, although you don't know this person yet, just picture that person beside you on your flight, either tomorrow or next week, Or for me, that person from yesterday. And just preparing the way for your flight, saying to that person, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you choose a pace of grace. May you have clarity. May you be loved. And just visualizing, feeling, being with all of us in this room today. Saying to each other, may we be filled with loving kindness. May we choose a pace of grace. May we have clarity. May we be loved. Reminding yourself that there's no rush. Slowly coming to seated if you want, or staying where you are. Let's breathe in and out. And in. Exhale. Om. Shanti. 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 Om.